we talk a lot about your influences, we talk a lot about your sort of relationship to your past, but like right now, who's doing things that are like you know, inspiring you visually? Who's doing things that's inspiring you in storytelling?
I love Edgar Wright. I just saw Scott Pilgrim. Yes. Scott Pilgrim was awesome, and I loved it. And you know, there are a lot of different people who are doing stuff. You know, Chris Ware, who's an amazing comic artist. I cannot, the stuff he does with time and kind of stopping time and taking you on these tangents. I mean, there's certain people who just blow my mind. And you know, but usually I just feel like there are a lot of people. I mean, I could go on a huge list, but maybe even more. Sir.
I'm just gonna say, you know, making the Avengers. That's cool. So I must be awesome. But I'm also watching a lot of stuff. You know, just sort of looking for moods and things. You know, you end up watching a lot of films, and I will say, not inspiring, but I have had actual moments of sheer fucking panic because I love Star Trek so much. I just keep watching it and going, no, I'm sorry, you have to hear this. The time the children knew. I honestly watch it and I go, this is the gold standard for a teen movie, for a summer movie, for any movie that has come out in the last couple of years. It makes me throw up with fear, so I have to stop watching it.
Okay, we have some questions.
JJ, Joss, welcome. It's good to see you here again. My question is, as directors, people who are involved in the entertainment field, how important it is to you to be here and have this fan interaction with what you do in future projects? How does that affect what you do?
Well, you got a pitch? What did you call him?
Literally, I thought I heard something else.
We're here all week. Apart from the fact that it's very nice to find out that people actually still care about the stories you're telling, you know, it's just a little bit of an unreality check. It's a little bit of sort of reminding myself of that bizarre world that I come from. And you do get a sense of what people are responding to and what they're not when they say things like, I hated that thing or that character, and then and everybody claps and drink and cry alone in a minibar. But mostly it's good. It's totally good. And it just, you know, it's like just returning to ground zero, to home base.
I was very excited and honored when Entertainment Weekly asked us to come to do this. I was excited just to hear Joss and come and be here, but I'd be here anyway. I love it here. It feels like, you know, the place that you want to go because you see like-minded people, you know, doing things that they love, and genre is my favorite thing. So to be in this place, it's a logical question, but the truth is, I just love being here because I love the stuff here, and the people here are, you know, great and spirited and passionate. So it feels like, you know, an odd second home.
All right.
Hi, my name is Ben Yapikian, and I'm a filmmaker and writer. So I was wondering, which do you like to do better, TV shows or movies? And what unique element do you bring to each?
What was the last question?
Did you ask, do they prefer film or television, and what unique quality do they bring to each?
Yes, that is.
Yeah. Let's start with film or television. Like in terms of storytelling, I mean, like you guys are definitely known for long-form storytelling. Does that come more naturally to you, or?
I don't think there's a better. I think it's apples and oranges. What you can do in a movie, what you can accomplish, is so extraordinary and so fulfilling and you get to be done, which, believe me, is a huge relief. But being able to spin a story over, say, 7 years, or even just, 15 episodes, 11 of which they are out of order, is so saying that, that's a different kind of fulfillment. It's kind of a slow burn thing, but to me, may, gun to my head, be the greater of the two. And then I really didn't hear it. It sounds. What quality do I bring? I can't answer that.
Well, one quality that we associate with you, Joss, is just your dialogue. You're just. At what point does that come into your creative process? Is it something that you find over countless drafts, or is it something that just comes very naturally?
That's just people talking. I don't write second drafts, really. Obviously you have to, but to an extent, I don't put anything down until it's right. The dialogue is, unfortunately, sometimes I write it before I come up with the plot, and then I have to sort of figure out how to get to it, which is a lot of work. I've got to work on that. But I just...
You don't do second drafts?
Generally speaking.
Bastard. That's amazing.
I can name at least 6 episodes where it shows.
Next question.
Bad robot. No, not bad. My question is obviously for JJ. With Lost, just the way that it ended, was it everything that you expected from the beginning? Without giving anything away, obviously. With spiritually, science-wise, everything. Wasn't everything? Now looking back on it, is it what you wanted? And it's awesome, by the way. I love it.
Thank you very much, and awesome impersonation at the outset. First of all, Damon Lindelof, with whom I created the show, and Carl McHughes ran the show for the 6 seasons, and it was an amazing thing when we first started. Before Carlton was even there, it was like, Damon and I were in this sort of crazy panic, and we wrote this Bible of what it would be, and we wrote a whole bunch of ideas, and you sort of throw out the best ideas, and it's very optimistic, it's a huge leap of faith, and you think this is what this show could be. And a lot of those things ended up being in the series, most of them did not. And over the course of time, thank God Carlton came on board, started to work, with Damon. The two of them I can't describe how brilliant they are. They and the other writers, directors, Jack Bender, they all started working on making this thing what it became. There were ideas that I know in the first season we thought, oh, this will be cool, and this is what it will mean. But you must be fluid and flexible. And even if you have the time to write every episode of every season for 6 seasons, you'd be doing yourself a disservice, because you would not anticipate, and could not, Michael Emerson coming on board for what was supposed to be a couple episodes. And you just realize, oh my God, Ben is critical to the story, as David and Carlton did, and wrote to it. So you have to be sort of dogmatic and know what you want to do, but you also need to be entirely flexible and listen to the show and go where it tells you. And I personally, even though I know there are a lot of people who have dissenting opinions, I personally believe that Damon and Carlton kicked incredible ass and wrote an amazingly emotional episode for the finale that wrapped it up very well.
Next question.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you on behalf of the audience for actually giving us content that makes us think and challenges us. My question is, did either of you get to keep any paraphernalia from your movies and series, specifically any Rambaldi articles?
It's from Alias, Joss. It's a show. 5 seasons. Glorious, 5 glorious seasons. I have page 47. I have a bunch of the box. I have the Rambaldi box. I have a bunch of cool Rambaldi things.